This is how to make furniture for IMVU. The only tools you will need are IMVU Studio and 3D software capable of modeling, rigging, and material setup. For this tutorial, Blender will be our 3D software. In addition to Blender, we will use the IMVU Cal 3D Exporter add-on linked in this video's description to export our creation to file formats required by IMVU. Once you've installed Blender and the IMVU Cal 3D Exporter add-on, you may proceed. Open the default Blender scene. Press A to select all objects, then X to delete them. If you have already created a furniture object, you may import it into the scene. If not, you may model your furniture object at this point. For this tutorial, we will use a simple torus object as our furniture object. Press Shift A to bring up the Add menu. Hover over Mesh, then click Torus. This is our furniture object. Go to the Materials tab, then click the plus sign to add a new material. Rename the material as desired, but be sure to end the material's name with a number higher than 10 in square brackets. You may also add any textures to the object in the shading workspace. Once done, add a bone to the scene using Shift A to bring up the Add menu. Hover over Armature, then click Single Bone. This bone will determine the orientation of your object once imported into IMVU Studio. With the bone selected, press Tab to go into Edit mode. Select the bone, go to the Data tab, expand the Viewport Display section, then click Axes to show the bone's axis. The Z arrow should point inwards for wall objects, upwards for floor objects, and downwards for ceiling objects. We want a floor object in our case, so to make the Z arrow point upward, we will first press the standard period key on our keyboard, then select individual origins as the pivot point. Press R to rotate, X to lock the orientation along the X-axis, then -90 to rotate it by 90 degrees on the X-axis. The Z arrow now points upward. Press Tab to leave edit mode. The furniture object now needs to be rigged to the bone you added. Select the furniture object, then shift select the bone. Press Ctrl P, then click with automatic weights under Armature Deform. The object is now rigged to the bone and is ready to be exported to IMVU. Select the object, then shift select the bone. Go to the File menu, Export, then IMVU Cal 3D Export. Name the export as desired. For furniture objects, only the XSF, XMF, and XRF files are needed. So uncheck XAF and XPF. Check Copy Textures if you assign any textures to your material. Increase the scale to 100, then click the Export button to export the files. Your furniture object is now ready for import into IMVU Studio. Open IMVU Studio and derive from an empty furniture product. Click Import Assets, then import all exported Cal 3D and image files into the project. First, set up the mesh by going to the Mesh tab, clicking the plus sign to add a new mesh, then changing the XMF file to the imported XMF. Go to the Material tab and change the XRF file to the imported XRF file. Lastly, go to the Skeleton tab and change the XSF file to imported XSF file. Change the placements to a wall, floor, or ceiling type depending on the kind of furniture object you are importing. Click Preview to see your results. Be sure to leave any questions you may have regarding this process in the comment section. Thank you for watching.